Whether surviving Saturday detention, searching for One-Eyed Willie's treasure, or training for a martial arts tournament that you're woefully unqualified for, the right song can make your favorite 80s movie rock even more. But what's more satisfying, the popular radio hits or the unique tracks that only true 80s fans will remember?
I will concede that when watching a classic 80s movie, there is a sense of satisfaction that comes from the soundtrack hits. But true connection comes from the tracks that didn't make the charts. The hits get you in the door, but the deep cuts are why you stay.
What's up? Welcome to Totally 80s and 90s Recall, a podcast where we rewind back the music, movies, and pop culture moments of the greatest 2 decades ever, the 80s and 90s. I am one of your hosts, David, and back with me, as always, in the studio, doing his best to hide from Walter Peck, it's my good friend, Rob.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Well, David and I are revving up our engines, and we are listening to the howling roar of our loyal listeners. The Recall Studio is under tension, just begging David and I to touch and go. We are heading into twilight, and the Total 80s and 90s Recall team is spreading our wings for this episode. The Total 80s and 90s Recall team would like to pass along some wisdom to our listeners. First, you will never say hello to you until you get it on the red line overload. And secondly, you will never know what you can do until you get it up as high as you can go, out along the edges. That's where David and I always burn to be, because obviously the further out on the edge you go, the hotter the intensity. It's basic science. In other words, you cannot truly know yourself or live fully until you push yourself to the absolute limit, risking everything in high-stakes situations. Now, if you walk away from today's episode hearing nothing, at least hear this. If this is your first time listening, you are about to take a ride, and you are about to take a ride on a highway. But most of all, you won't be going alone on this highway, because David and I are going to take you right into the danger zone.
That's good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Danger zone for you with Walter Peck is the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency.
Listen, pencil neck.
But you're here, so obviously you were able to avoid him very carefully.
Yeah, I have ways.
So, all right, Rob, this week, 80s movie songs, as we alluded to. Why were the 80s so good at pairing movies and music together in such a way that we still just think of them so fondly today?
I don't know why it worked, but I found a quote that it talked about how what was different in the 80s was it was the first time that 80s it kind of used like auditory branding, where it was the first time where the music went along with the movie, and it almost the quote was something like it acted as an audio logo, and I thought that was a really good a cool phrase that stuck with me as I was doing my research. Is that the music in the 80s it didn't become just a background thing. It became a character in the movie, and it branded the experience in your mind and became a logo, an audio logo. I really like that.
Well, some of the most popular songs of the 80s are attached to movies.
Yeah.
So some of the ones you can go back on and look at your top 40s and see classic 80s songs. They were tied to movies, so you get that double attachment where you're like, oh, that's my favorite song and my favorite movie. So you're going to remember both. So it's like a double smack of nostalgia.
A double smack of nostalgia.
Right between the eyes, right?
I like that. No, I found another phrase I saw was that somebody described it as the music was a Trojan horse for marketing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So the music got you in, and then it got you hooked. And then people went, oh, I saw that video. Now I want to go see the movie.
Well, that takes us to the MTV Effect.
Yeah.
Because before the 80s, you don't have the MTV.
No.
Right? So if you put out these songs, even if they go on the Billboard Hot 100, you had to go buy the soundtrack. You had to do this. Now you can see this. And then, like you said, a lot of times, we remember, they would just attach scenes from the movie.
Yes.
So you're getting a secondary trailer.
Yeah.
So you're hitting the movie, you're hitting the song, you remember the song, and you're like, well, if Danger Zone is as fun as I see on the video on MTV, Top Gun's going to be a home run. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The example I had down was Beverly Hills Cop theme. You hear that, and you just know that that's the movie.
Yeah, you're going to Beverly Hills Cop.
Your mind goes. The two are inseparable.
You know. So yeah, I just think that They did a great job in the 80s figuring it out, and then they just started really putting great soundtracks together. And I think following the 90s into the 2000s, they continued that. I think today it's a little less. You don't really do as many soundtracks. Obviously, it's not the same. You can stream stuff and stuff like that. But, you know, back then you would go, you know, you go see the movie and hear 2 or 3 songs you like, and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy the Pretty in Pink soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go get that soundtrack.
Right.
And that became a CD or tape that was in your collection just like anything else that was normal. And sometimes those soundtracks acted as like an all-star thing for you, whereas before you'd have to have multiple tapes to get multiple songs. Now you've got 3 or 4 of your favorite artists on the same on the same tape.
And in the 90s,
soundtrack.
I remember, it's not the 80s, but in the 90s, I think it was common for bands to put kind of like B-side songs that were more kind of a rare song on a soundtrack. So like I'm thinking like Pearl Jam on singles.
Yeah.
There was like 2 or 3 songs on that were Pearl Jam songs. You could only get it on the single soundtrack unless you had some obscure you know, bootleg somewhere.
Well, and I found today that some of the songs we're going to zero in on, had you not listened to the soundtrack, you would have never. They didn't make it to MTV.
No.
And they didn't make it onto the Hot 100. But guess what? Still really good songs. So it's cool to go back and listen to those. And again, if you're a big fan of the movie, you're like, oh, love that song. And I bet there were many soundtracks sold after someone saw the movie and went,
oh yeah,
I want to have that song.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere else to get it.
And that was the only reason they bought the soundtrack. Was for
sometimes
that song.
sometimes how many Ghostbusters soundtracks were sold just for Ghostbusters? Now, you and I have a fondness for that. We like some of the other songs on there. But I'm going to say a lot of kids went and bought that just because they wanted the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was going to happen. You know what I mean? So
on something you said earlier, this was also the first time that I read that movie makers, producers and stuff, they started doing it backwards, where they would build movies around music first.
That makes sense.
They would build the soundtrack first and then kind of build the movie around that. I was like, oh, that became more commonplace in the 90s, where the music drove the video.
Yeah, and they also did where they would release the single and the video ahead of the movie because it would build anticipation. Yeah. Batman did a great job of that. They put out Bat Dance and those well before the movie came out.
Right.
And so you already had clips from the movie, and you're like, "Oh my goodness,
looks great!
Like this. I was already excited.
Yeah. If Prince likes it, then I'm in.
You can't lose. So, all right. Well,
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the montage.
I mean, the montage,
the 80s montage,
is a big deal too,
huge,
right?
That became kind of a music thing. That was a,
and I don't think any decade of movies has ever done. Now, the 90s had some holdover, but I don't think as a whole, no decade has ever done movie montages as well as the 80s did. No. And that
is an 80s thing.
Yeah. And the key to any good montage is the song.
Yeah.
Because then you remember. Like when you hear certain songs, you remember Drago and Rocky training in Siberia.
Right. Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear You're the Best Around, I know it's the Karate Kid tournament. Like you know those. So all right. Whether it's a beloved teen classic or a high-octane action flick, the soundtrack can make all the difference. No decade mastered pairing iconic cinema with unforgettable hits quite like the 80s. So let's head back in time and revisit the songs that defined an era. All right, before we jump in, if you're joining us on YouTube, we want to give you a quick shout out. Glad to have you here. And if you enjoy this show, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any new episodes when they drop. Yeah. The time has come, Rob, and you and I are going to put together a top 10 list of what we think are great songs from ours and yours that are listening this week's favorite movies of the 1980s. Now, we do have a couple of rules in place because this is going to be a little different than what people think. So, first rule, we'll each take turns adding a track, and neither of us knows what the other is picking today, so it's going to be we're each going to have basically 5 into that top 10, and that's going to make up the, so we're going to surprise each other a little bit, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
I think there'll be a couple surprises. So, second, no songs can be repeated, and we're sticking to the one song per movie / soundtrack. So if one of us uses something off a soundtrack or a movie, then that soundtrack is dead to you now.
Okay.
So if I use something off of Footloose,
can't use it.
Nothing now is open to you from Footloose.
That's fair.
So,
and there's a third rule. We have officially banned the big hitters, the big guys. So
this is our twist we kind of teased last week.
So no Power of Love. No Don't You Forget About Me. No St. Elmo's Fire. No Danger Zone. We acknowledge that these songs are the GOATs. They're undeniable. You can't do it. But they've been on every throwback station since the 80s, and we are making an all-time list, or if we were making an all-time list, we had put them on it. But
Correct.
This is not that list.
This is not that list. Today isn't about the songs you hear every day. It's about the songs that make you say, oh man, I had that soundtrack. I loved that song. Or I haven't heard that song in 40 years, and I used to listen to it every day, and I would watch that movie over and over again. So we've searched for the forgotten gems that define the 80s, not just the ones that everyone remembers. So a lot of these, what our hope here today is highlight some movie songs, 80s movie songs that we think are great, that maybe just don't get the reflection and the look back that a lot of what you mentioned, your Powers of Love and them get all the time.
Right.
And those are great songs. But I found some great songs too. I found a lot of great songs that weren't the ones that made it on the radio and weren't the ones. But I think they're the ones that when people that really like these movies, as we highlight them, they're going to go, oh, I loved that song. Or, and again, hopefully they just haven't heard it in a really long time.
Agreed. And I think I did that. I think I did really well. I think we went pretty deep on some of these.
Well, and the intention here is these are the songs that once we put them on, these are the ones that you singled out, not the radio told you. You singled out as, hey, that's my Footloose. That's my Don't You Forget About Me. I've had the time of my life. That's that, hey, everybody liked the Ghostbusters song on Ghostbusters. I liked this song instead. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the idea.
And I will add that there are some movies on my list that I will acknowledge probably aren't great movies. Yeah. But that's not the conversation. So I just wanted people to know that I understand that I may have picked a few movies that we could debate on that.
We're not here for the movie.
The
movie's not what we're here for.
I wanted to make sure people know that I don't want to hear that. I don't want to get any comments going, why did you pick that movie? I didn't. I picked this one.
Gotcha. Yeah. And for my choices today, I really wanted to stick to it sounds like the 80s. Like it puts you right in, like you hear those notes from what I've selected. There's no doubt what decade that came from. And I went with a lot of mine they were made for the movie.
True.
There are many examples of it was a single they took and put onto the movie soundtrack, and it was great. But I tried to hone in on ones that they were written specifically for the movie, and then the artist would put it on their album once they figured out that it became famous.
True. Yes.
Right. So that's kind of where I
don't
tried
think
to
I have any that violate that rule.
I have
it
a
wasn't
couple.
a rule, but I don't think I have any that really.
I do have a couple that were prior singles that made it on, but I really tie them to the movie so much. I still found them to be, and I think that they're underplayed as well.
Yep.
So now, before we reveal our anticipated, very secretive top 10, we're both going to identify 2 honorable mentions. And Rob, even though I'm sure they're going to be great songs, why are they just honorable mentions?
My 2 reasons I put were one song is a really, and I put all caps, deep cut. And the other one I put was came from an obscure movie, and it was only in the closing credits. So I thought, I didn't know. I mean, and I think a true fan, and when you find out what movie it came from, people will go, oh, yeah, I know that. But they've got to be a fan of that movie. Yeah. So it's a very kind of niche movie. So
gotcha.
Anyway.
Well, for me, they're honorable mentions because they just weren't quite the best of the 5 I get to put on our top 10. They're really good. I debated them many times, but they just fell. They were 6 and 7.
Right.
These 2 songs I'm going to play for my honorable mentions were 6 and 7 on the dot, no matter what.
And I will add one of them I found while doing this, doing the research.
Nice.
Liked it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm shocked that we don't talk about it more, but a lot of people I don't think know about it.
It happens.
So, anyway.
So, all right. Well, we're ready to go. We're going to fire it up. Your first, just outside the top 10 track.
All right, here.
So it's interesting. That gives me a little bit of an actually like late 70s vibe. It does. So
good call. Yeah. So the name of that song is called "The Hero." It's by a little band you might have heard of. It's called they're called Queen.
Yeah.
So there's
There
where
it
yeah.
is. Yep.
And that came from the 1980 movie Flash Gordon.
Of course it did.
So it was their 9th studio album, but it served as the soundtrack for the movie. The song appears at the very end. Flash Gordon defeats Emperor Ming. If you've ever seen the movie, it's actually really good. I like it a lot. It's super campy. As the surviving characters celebrate, the end of it fades to black, and it says the end, and then you hear Emperor Ming laughing, and you think, oh, he's coming back. But then this rolls right into credits. The song was a favorite in Queen's live sets during the 1980s, and sometimes they would use it as an opening. The version you hear in the movie is a little different than the one that you'll hear streaming. But I found out I had not seen the movie Ted.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But in 2012's Ted, the guy that plays Flash, his name is Sam J. Jones.
I've seen Ted.
Yes.
I know what's going on there.
He makes an appearance.
He
And
does.
this song, when
he does cocaine with Mark Wahlberg and Ted.
So when Wahlberg walks into the room and he sees Flash,
Yep.
and he turns around, the song that's playing is
the song.
the hero.
Yep.
So there you go.
They worship Flash Gordon on that movie. So,
I realized that there's lots of references to that movie
Oh yes.
in the movie in Ted. So
I have
had
only
to go do some
seen
research.
I've only seen Flash Gordon like once in my life.
Yeah, so good.
But that definitely
It's
had
really good.
now that you say it's Queen, definitely had a,
Yeah.
a 70s type vibe
Yeah.
to it. So interesting. I didn't come across that one in my research at all. Didn't get to Flash Gordon.
So
Because
good.
all I remember is Flash, and I just didn't
Yes.
want that one.
And actually,
So,
this song kind of morphs into that song. So
I
towards
gotcha.
the end, they use that main title song for that.
well, my first honorable mention comes off the most famous soundtrack I'm going to use today, meaning the most famous movie.
Oh no.
So the rest of mine come off of really good movies, just not like top sound. This is one of the top soundtracks of the 80s.
Oh, okay. This is Danger Zone. Or no, this is Top Gun.
It is that
Yeah,
soundtrack.
Top Gun.
Oh, it's so good.
And this isn't Kenny.
No.
No. Kenny was everywhere on those lists.
No.
I have no Kenny, just so you know.
Yeah. So you're 100% right. This is my most famous soundtrack. So this is off the Top Gun soundtrack. This is Mighty Wings. It's by Cheap Trick.
Okay.
Okay. Now this, when people go to the Top Gun soundtrack, I picked this because it sounds like the 80s one, but two, it sounds like two planes fighting each other in the sky. Like it has that.
Yeah.
You know, I know when you go to the Top Gun soundtrack, you're going to go to Danger Zone. You're going to go to Playing with the Boys, Take My Breath Away. Heck, you're probably going to go to like Great Balls of Fire and the one he sings in the bar, which is for some reason escaped my head, and I have it. You've Lost That Love and
Yeah,
Feeling.
there you go.
You go to those.
Uh-huh.
This is like the last song on the soundtrack. It goes over it's actually in there twice. It goes over the finishing credits.
Mm-hmm.
The version you just heard is over the finishing credits. Early in training, when they're fighting, which it sounds exactly like that, it's just musical. There's no lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
So originally, this was written.
yeah.
This was originally written by Axel Faltermeyer,
Oh, yeah.
not Axel.
Axel F.
But yeah,
Or- yeah.
it's Faltermeyer.
Yeah,
he wrote
yeah.
it. He wrote just the music. Then they gave it to Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick put lyrics over it.
okay.
This is what they came up with. And Cheap Trick said that's one of the only times they've ever taken someone else's song
Yeah.
and recorded it. But
really
they
good.
thought it was cool and they thought it was awesome. So to me, it just sounds like the movie, but it's not the track everybody uses.
No.
It's exciting. I think it oozes 80s appeal. The synthesizer, the way he hits those high notes, everything is perfect in the song, and it takes me right into the dogfight.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to pick Mighty Wings. I really wanted it in my top 5. It was going to go on our top 10, but it fell to the wayside. So
That's a movie that, that is a good example of a movie where you take that music out.
it's not the same movie.
It's not
No.
nearly the movie that it
That song is so fun. I just have a great time. Listen
That
to
right there, I
when it
think,
hits
is a
that
good-
part where it goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
You can just see the jets flying. I love it.
What you said just now was really good. You said that song is just so fun.
It is.
And I think that's
Yeah. A lot of my songs today, that's
fun.
why I pick them, because they're just fun 80s songs and they have great nostalgia to them. So, all right. So, second honorable
so my
mention.
second one I have to key up because I couldn't find this even streaming anywhere.
Oh, wow.
So here we go. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
And go.
Now that one I like. That one definitely has an 80s vibe to it.
Very
for
80s.
sure.
Yep. So the reason I put this on my cut is because this song, to my knowledge, doesn't have like an official soundtrack, but it's by a group called Tawny Kane and the Triangles.
Okay.
Triangles is spelled Tryanglz. And the song is called Burnin' in the Third Degree. And it came from 1984's The Terminator.
Oh, nice.
So this song plays during the nightclub scene. So Sarah Connor ducks into a nightclub to hide. She calls the police. She realizes she's being followed. She's sitting at a table waiting for help. It keeps playing. And then Arnold, the Terminator, walks in, starts shooting up the place, and it goes chaotic. But this song is the song that's playing in the club when she's in the club.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely an 80s vibe.
yeah. And it's actually an 80s like neon club thing. All the things fit. The Tawny Kane and the Triangles were they gave 3 songs to the soundtrack. Only one ever actually was included on the soundtrack. And it took till the 90s for this song to actually ever see the light of day. People couldn't find it. And then in the 90s it was re-released. But who was Tawny Kane and the Triangles? Well, we talked about the spelling. So it was a studio kind of assembled band. And it was to help launch this girl, Tawny Kane. Her actual name is Tawny McClure. She was a singer and actress. Her dad was a famous actor. Tommy Gervin was on guitar. A guy named Jonathan Kane, who was Tawny's husband at the time. It all comes back around. He was on keyboards. And he was the keyboardist for Journey. And so he actually co-wrote this song. And then the Tawny Kane, Tawny McClure, she played Reese Witherspoon's mom in Legally Blonde 1 and Legally Blonde 2. So if you ever know those movies, that is the lead singer. I found some comments online. It said, in the year 2037, people will still be rocking to the beats of the 80s. This song is so 80s, and I love it. Somebody else said, I can't believe they don't have this on Spotify. I saw lots of comments about that. It's not streaming. You can't find it. And it says, I don't know what it is about this song, but it makes me want to go into a club without paying.
Nice.
And I thought that was clever.
Yeah.
In the movie, the guy goes, hey, that guy didn't pay.
I feel like that got down the rabbit hole of your band you had last week.
The Minutemen.
The Minutemen.
Actually, it's just Minutemen.
We shouldn't
no
have.
the.
Yeah, we should.
Minutemen.
I don't think our fans want another Minutemen repeat.
Yeah. So that's Tawny Kane and the Triangles.
Never heard of it.
Terminator, 1984.
Interesting. It was in Terminator though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely has an 80s sound to it. So I don't know if I'm going to listen to it in 37. Is that what he said?
2037.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll happen.
People
but
still be rocking.
it's still got a good 80s, some 80s juice to it. So, all right. My second honorable mention. I want to see if you can figure out what movie this is from.
Oh, that's Tina. That's not Tina Turner?
No.
Okay. Is that a... Who's...
Check this out.
Feel the Heat.
By the way, that guitar solo has no business being that good.
I feel like that'd be
First
on
of
like
all,
a Beverly Hills Cop or something.
very close. So this is "Feel the Heat" by one Jean Beauvoir. Is his name? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is off the Cobra soundtrack.
Oh,
yes.
you're an ass.
So I picked this because I can see this. It was funny. I was listening to this with my wife.
jerk.
And relax. I was listening to it with my wife, and she said as soon as she heard it, she goes, "This sounds like a song for a Sylvester Stallone movie." And when I hear this song, I can see him because it's part of when he's driving.
Yeah.
He's driving. He's got the matchstick in the
Yes.
mouth. The shades are on, and this "Feel the Heat's" just going while he's trying to escape from the sinister folks. He's trying to get. Remember, he's trying to get Brigitte Nielsen relocated
Yes.
or something like that. Yeah,
I know
So-
this movie is one of my
Yes,
favorites.
exactly. So "Feel the Heat." It's that guitar solo is amazing. Again, perfect '80s encapsulation of driving and pondering what you're doing. You know, he's got to I got to get these serial killers, and he's feeling the heat, Rob. And so it's a perfect Sylvester Stallone song, takes you right into the movie, and I love it. So, yeah, Jean Beauvoir, Feel the Heat.
Well,
So
you've taken one of my songs off the board because
you had Feel the Heat.
I had a song from Cobra.
Oh, yeah, you can't use that soundtrack anymore.
I had Angel of the City.
Well, you're not supposed to give it away.
Well, it's too late. There's nothing I'm going to do.
Well,
So
there's nothing you can do. It can't make the list now.
man, I was really excited. I did not think you'd go Cobra.
Well, you thought wrong.
Wow.
I like Cobra.
All right, that's
All
fine.
right. Well, Rob, consider those our warm-ups because it's time for the tracks that truly define 80s movies. We're getting to the countdown. We're going to see which ones officially made our top 10 list. So you want to start at number 10? You want me to start at number 10?
You can start. It's
Oh,
fine.
interesting.
That's
All right.
fine.
Well, I'm going to come out the gate with a banger. You Why do you always make that face like
'Cause,
that?
Yeah.
Because what? You don't even know what it is yet.
All right.
Because you're still upset about the
you took Cobra.
about the Cobra situation.
I love that movie,
I'm
man.
pretty confident this soundtrack is not going to be.
Because the song I
One that
picked
you're
was
worried about.
playing when he cut the pizza.
I know about the pizza. Look, I debated the two. I just thought "Feel the Heat" had more '80s vibe to it to me.
Angel of the City has a great video.
So this song comes from a movie called Rad.
Okay, good. I'm safe. I looked at this.
Listen to the lyrics.
So good.
It's awesome.
Wow.
I think if you put into AI, make me an 80s movie montage song.
Did you say break the ice inside of me?
This, yes.
That's good.
It spits this song out. Like it does automatically. It goes, here it is. So this is Break the Ice by John Farnham. All right. The Australian wonder. But this is from the movie Rad, which I will admit, I've not seen the movie Rad at all. But shout out to our friend Dustin, who was on our
Yes.
video games episode. He is a Rad nerd. He said he loves this movie. So I think he'll appreciate this
was a
song quite a
BMX
bit.
guy.
So, but again, I've never seen this. But if I was 10 or 11 years old when this movie came out, which it did, and I watched this, and as soon as I heard this song, 2 minutes later, I would have been outside on my bike trying to jump a car or something. Like, it gets me so excited and like pumped up to go. You know what I mean? Like,
With your Walkman.
it is. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that song to me just epitomizes. It's in Rad. The way that song goes about breaking the ice and everything else, you could have put that in almost any 80s movie montage in the 80s. And it would have fit. It would have, break the ice inside of me. And all his soaring vocals, the keyboard, the synthesizer, everything is perfect on this. It just oozes 80s.
That is.
It oozes montage, and that's why I put it on here. So I did want to reiterate, since I led off with that, as a reminder for everyone listening, these aren't in a particular order.
Oh, true.
They're just our top 10. So number one's not going to be better than number 10. We're just putting them in order as we pick them. So, all right. So that's our first entry on our top 10. Break the Ice, John Farnham.
It's really good.
You get to follow that up with our second choice for our countdown.
All right.
Artist sounds familiar. I don't know the song. It doesn't even come up in my research, so I'm interested in this.
It's kind of a cheat because we've covered this movie in an episode. So this is called Beat City. It's by 1986. It's from a group called the Flower Pot Men, and it comes from the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, nice.
It's the scene where they get in the 1961 Ferrari 250 GT, speed off into the city, and he throws his hat, and the camera pulls back, and they head off into the city. So the Flower Pot Men, they were a project led by a guy named Ben Watkins and Adam Peters. I learned that Ben Watkins later became the mastermind behind the famous electronic industrial project Juno Reactor, and they were best known for, I guess they did some work on the Matrix sequels. I didn't know that. And apparently there was a 1960 band called the Flower Pot Men as well. The song was notoriously difficult to find, apparently, because a formal soundtrack for Ferris Bueller wasn't released until 2016, 30 years after the movie. Up until that point, fans had to hunt down. There was a rare 7-inch vinyl floating around, or you had to get bootlegs to hear the version. John Hughes famously felt a soundtrack album wouldn't work because the songs were too eclectic. He actually mailed out 100,000 7-inch singles.
Yeah, we did this on Ferris Bueller.
Containing Beat City and I'm Afraid to fans who wrote into his newsletter. People online were saying this is an underrated song. They don't make movies and music like this anymore. I agreed. The sound of the motor, hell yeah, and the song. Because you can hear the Ferrari rev up as they take off.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last person said, the feeling of freedom that this scene brings, oh my. And
That is a
yeah.
perfect definition of what we're doing today. You went to a pretty known soundtrack.
Yeah,
like there's
not the
very known songs on there, and you picked a song that doesn't get the attention, right?
And
so
in my
that's
opinion,
perfect.
it's really good. Like it's one of the better.
Well, and I would say so far, like with Break the Ice and My Feel the Heat and yours, when people do their top 10s, top 15s, like favorite movie songs from the 80s countdowns, those songs don't ever
not
make
gonna be
those
on.
lists.
No.
And they're really good songs. They just get left behind. So, all right. So the next addition to the list, I think you should be able to get this. You should be able to pick this movie really quickly.
I do know this. What is it? The boys and the girls are doing it.
I mean, how good is this? Another epic
really good.
guitar solo. Do you hear
I'm
that
gonna be
guitar
so
solo?
mad. I'm gonna hear it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
you
know.
are.
'Cause
And as soon as I tell you what it is, your brain's gonna have the image immediately. So this is Boys and Girls Are Doing It.
Yeah.
All right. The name of the band is Vital Signs.
Okay.
It is off the soundtrack for One Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I almost said
Okay.
that. And
This
then-
is when,
'cause I
Napoleon-
saw your shirt and I thought,
Yeah,
oh.
it's Napoleon running around the water park.
Yes.
During the day, going on all of his slides, right?
Yes.
So that's what Napoleon's doing.
That's so funny.
I picked this because, again, it's not one that I hear all the time or at all when I hear 80s music, but it is so hyped. The guitar solo's great. The boys and girls, I mean, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
And I found it interesting. I listened to the whole song. We just did the chorus, but if you listen to the actual song itself, the lead singer of Vital Signs, if you plugged Sammy Hagar in, he almost sounds just like
I was trying to figure out who was
Sammy
singing. It almost
Hagar.
sounded like Sammy.
and I
Hagar.
thought it was quite
Yeah.
interesting because I was like, man, Sammy could sing this part really,
Yeah.
probably better than the Vital Signs guy.
Yeah, if
so
you would have told me that was Sammy Hagar, I would have believed you.
I think so too.
I wouldn't even
when I
have
was
questioned.
listening to it, it sounds like him. But this is a perfect example of a song that never got released as a single. If you're not a fan of the movie, which I'm obsessed, I love Bill and Ted. So are you. So I always remember Napoleon at Waterloo doing down his going with his big swimsuit he's wearing on. But this song just takes me right back to that, and the song rocks. I mean, that guitar solo is great, and so
That's really good.
the reason I put it on today is because I think it should be listened to more, and I think it takes you right. If you're a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure fan, it puts you right in that movie, like immediately.
That's
So,
funny. Yeah, once you said where it plays in the city, or in the song, I can see it.
oh yeah,
I can totally see it.
doesn't stop.
That's
So,
funny.
all right. So you're gonna put on our fourth choice for
All right.
our top 10.
There we go.
This did not make my list, but I remember listening to this in my research. So
And
but I
it-
can't remember what it's
Yeah,
from.
and this is also a movie we've covered. And I had to go back and watch this scene because I didn't believe it was actually in the movie. But this is a song called 80s by a band called Killing Joke from 1985's Weird Science.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
The song appears during the climactic house party scene. There's
Beautiful.
a scene where Grandpa and Grandma are at a restaurant, and they're saying, Grandma says, "There's nothing more important than to a teenage boy than his grandparents."
That's right.
And Grandpa says, "We'll stop by." And then the scene cuts back to the house, and everybody's just dancing.
I remember
Yep,
this now.
Yep.
This,
And then Wyatt and Garrett are upstairs
the
or
bathroom.
Wyatt and Gary are upstairs. They're upstairs talking to Ian and Max.
That's correct.
And they're burying the hatchet upstairs. Yeah. So that's when this happens. It sounds like a party anthem, but it's actually, if you listen to it, it's an 80s political critique of, politics, blah, blah, blah.
Makes sense.
What I found most interesting is the most famous piece of trivia regarding this song is that there was a whole thing with Nirvana's 1992 Come As You Are and this song.
Oh, okay.
Killing Joke members were reportedly furious over the similarity over the guitar riff, and if you listen to it, they're really close. While they initially considered a lawsuit, it was fully pursued. It was never fully pursued, partly due for financial reasons and partly out of respect for Kurt Cobain after he died. But in a weird full circle, David Grohl went and played drums on Killing Joke's 2003 self-titled album for free. Maybe a little guilt as a peace offering. Beyond Weird Science, the song was used as the theme music for the short-lived 2002 sitcom The 80s Show.
Oh, yeah.
Never saw it.
Spin off of the 70s show.
Never saw it.
I didn't watch it either.
Favorite comment I read online. Somebody go, Kurt, it's Marvin, your cousin, Marvin Cobain.
Oh, yeah.
You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
Funny.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Clever.
Yeah, that
aren't
was
we?
really clever.
We're
Best
quite
comment
clever.
I read. Yeah.
So.
So yeah, it's called 80s by Killing Joke.
Nice.
85. Weird Science.
Yep. I hear that.
It's
I
a
hear
very
it now.
quick clip.
It is.
But it's
So
anyway.
I don't think we have any. We didn't know what each other's picking today, but looking at what I have left that I want to pick, I don't think we're gonna have any crossover.
No,
I think we're in different headspaces here.
I'm almost positive my next picks you're gonna really dislike.
Yeah.
But,
So okay, so I'm putting the fifth song on this top 10. So we're halfway home. This is a hair metal song, and it comes from a horror movie.
Is that Dio? No. Nightmare on Elm Street? Don't know the song.
Wait,
That's really good. Sound give a little Ooh. We get some Scorpion vibes. Yeah.
oh, what that guitar solo?
Really good.
Oh my goodness! All right, so this is Dream Warriors by Dawkins.
Oh, Doc.
This comes
Very good.
from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. And I will fully admit, I've not watched that movie, but I will tell you, knowing what I know about Freddy Krueger, that sounds like Freddy Krueger. That sounds like the Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's the only reason I guessed it.
Yeah, it's a perfect.
Yep.
That is a perfect song for that, and it was written for the movie. So I will give credit to the Surely You Can't Be Serious guys, Jason and D. It was like last summer. I was mowing the lawn, and they did a whole thing on Dawkins, and I'm not a Dawkins guy. And I was listening to the album they were going over, and they were covering the songs. I'm like, meh, I'm just not a Dawkins person.
Yeah.
But then they played Dream Warriors, and it's the first time I'd ever heard it, and I was like, I really like that. That's a good. This is one of those songs, again, it doesn't get included in the 80s movie genre, like on lists a lot. But it also, when you talk about good hair metal songs, this doesn't get brought up very often either. So I think it crosses both those genres, which is why I picked it. But it sounds so much exactly like that movie. It sounds like, and if you watch the video, it shows clips of the movie and Arquette's running around, all kinds of stuff. But it sounds like Freddy Krueger. And so they did a great job. It's kind of spooky sounding, but it's a hair metal song. So I think it fits perfect. And it's so 80s when they hit that guitar solo and he hits that high pitch, then you'll be gone. Like, it's perfect. Like, I love it. So, but yeah, thanks to those guys over there, Jason and D, for turning me on to that because I'd never heard it. And then as we started the research on this, I remembered back to that episode they did on Dawkins, and I go, oh, I want that Dream Warrior song. So.
Good.
All right.
I like that one. I don't know it, but it's good. Yeah.
That's going to take us to the second half of of our top 10 now. So we're on the backside.
There you go. Love it.
Tell myself I want no more of a record again. The way I fall so hard and fast, think I've never been in love, 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 like I never been in love, love, love. Here I go again. Heartaches take it slow.
You ain't got far to go.
Legitimately, not even being funny. Legitimately, one of my favorite movies of the 80s.
I know.
And I can't believe you picked this song, but it's fantastic. I got Elizabeth Shue. I got Tom Cruise. We got Cocktail here, Rob. This is fantastic.
Yeah, so
Love it.
this is a song called "Oh I Love You So" by a guy named Preston Smith from '88's Cocktail. Soundtrack heavyweights include Kokomo, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the two big ones. But this song plays during the scene where Brian Flanagan, Tom Cruise, and Jordan Mooney, Elizabeth Shue, spelled with an S, are falling in love in Jamaica.
In her one black one-piece
Onesie.
bathing suit.
We got side boob, though.
We do get side boob.
The
Can't go
song
wrong
is
with that.
considered a bluesy outlier because most of the soundtrack songs are like 50s rock covers, Hippie Hippie Shake, Tutti Frutti.
Oh.
Fans have shared that they were drawn to its authentic barroom blues feel, which fit perfectly with the film's themes of nightlife and hospitality. Preston Smith is a Texan-born musician. He became a fixture in the Los Angeles music scene. Apparently, he wrote a #1 song for Roseanne Cash called Black and White. Never heard of it. He was a street performer in Santa Monica when he was discovered. He was playing for tips. Music supervisor for Cocktail heard him and said his soulful, raspy voice was the perfect barroom vibe for Tom Cruise's character.
Yes.
Anyway, I found a comment online that says, I was in Jamaica at a tiki bar and heard this song, ... Magic.
Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, if
And
I
I was-
heard this, if I was in Jamaica and heard this, I'd freak out.
So I have my computer on my lap and I'm working. I'm picking songs, and every now and then I'll have the volume. My wife is lying on the couch, and this pops up, and she goes, "Cocktail."
Oh, yeah. I mean, as soon as I heard it, this is a great. I had this soundtrack.
Yeah.
And we both had this soundtrack.
I love this.
It's a great soundtrack.
It's really good.
So
Yeah.
I am happy and shocked that you put that on your list. I was not expecting that one, but that is another forgotten one that when you hear it in the movie, you immediately know what it is. And so it's awesome. It fits perfectly. So
I like that song.
all right. My next choice we're going to put on here. This is my one song, I would say, from what I'm doing here, not written specifically for the movie that it's in. It was already a single. I believe this is a fairly popular single. It's a little underground. I think, again, it doesn't get mentioned with 80s songs a lot, but I think just as the folks that like this band, this is a song that they go to. And when we were listening to this in the car, because I was testing my playlist out on the way, as soon as this popped up, she goes, you make sure that's on your list. I was already going to put it on my list, but she was like, nope, that has to
Got
be
the
on there.
stamp of approval.
So this is from a movie you have not seen.
That's Oingo Boingo.
Yes, it is. Just listen.
Weekend at Bernie's?
No.
I was trying to listen to the lyrics. I know that's Oingo Boingo.
It's
but-
Oingo Boingo. It's Dead Man's Party is what the song is called. It's a pretty popular underground 80s synth pop
What's the
punk
lead
band.
singer of that band?
So Danny Elfman.
Yeah,
does
he
all
was
the-
everywhere.
yeah, of course. So this is from the movie Back to School, okay, which you haven't seen. Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes.
But Rodney Dangerfield hosts a big party in his dorm room, and Oingo Boingo is playing, and this is the song they're playing. And at one point, Robert Downey Jr. is making fart noises with his mouth and all that stuff.
I had to watch this.
Oh, you did?
Because we had to prep
we did
for
prep for the thing.
one of the
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. Because
So
it
this
was
is
a
the song?
sports movie.
Yes, for
It's
diving.
not a sports
It is.
movie.
But this is playing for
Yes,
at the
yes,
party.
okay.
And it's so good. And I remember it. At one point, he's in the hot tub with the 3 girls, and he comes up from snorkeling. It's awesome. But I love this song. Again, the wife, she's a big Oingo Boingo fan. Her parents were, and she was like, this has to be on there. It was already going to be on here. So she did not influence me, but I'm glad she had the seal of approval. So, because she was excited about this one. Whereas Feel the Heat, she was like, yeah, this sounds like a Stallone movie.
You
song.
used a phrase
So,
earlier. You said it oozes 80s.
It does.
This song is another
Oh,
one.
my goodness.
And
Yeah.
it's got all the hallmarks of 80s, right?
Yeah.
It's got Danny Elfman, who was everywhere when I was doing my research. He
Everywhere.
came up
Many
constantly.
times.
You know,
Yes.
he did a lot of 80s movies, got a start in the 80s, Oingo Boingo. Yeah,
So,
good job.
and what I like about it is most of my other songs so far have been kind of rock songs. And then we had the one montage song from John Farnham. This is a whole different sound.
More of a new wave.
But a new wave
yeah,
80s
yeah.
sound that's important
That's
as
good.
well. And so, again, I think this should be included on any 80s list you're doing of songs for movies because I think it's that good. But again, it gets overlooked, I think, from time to time. So, but Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party. If you don't have that on a playlist, I would throw that on there
That's really good.
ASAP.
So far, this list is good. I
Yeah.
like it.
So we only have 2 songs left for our
Oh,
top
boy.
10 here, Rob. So you've
Okay.
got no, we should have 3 left because I went first. So
yes,
you've
we
got,
do have 3. Oh,
you
man,
got
don't
2
do that.
more. I've got 1 more.
And I've got to do a little. I got to pull somebody off the bench because you.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
so-
have to do a little. All right, here it is. The movie hound will appreciate this one.
In all instrumental.
It is an instrumental.
Yes.
It really is. Yeah.
Is this from Maximum Overdrive?
It is.
Yeah, I looked at the. This is AC/DC, right?
It is AC/DC.
Yeah, this because I looked at the instrumental on this too. So
this is probably my favorite one on the list. But it's a song called DT, AC/DC 1986 Maximum Overdrive. I put soundtrack heavyweights. It was basically kind of like a greatest hits for AC/DC. There were, I think, 2 songs. It was this one and Chase the Ace were original to this album. Everything else was kind of like
the one song, Shoot to Thrill, or no?
Yeah, I think there might have been 3, but there was 2 or 3 songs that were specifically made for this, and this is one of them. This is an instrumental track by AC/DC. It was specifically made for the soundtrack of 1986 Stephen King's directed. By the way, class
not good.
There's a comment a little piece of info I'm going to share later that I'm like, he had his hands all over this. Maximum Overdrive. It plays when the main villain vehicle, it's a black Western Star 4800 truck with a giant green goblin mask on the grill.
Real quick, the one written for the thing, I believe. I think it's Who Made Who.
Maybe.
Was because it was on one of our 86 countdowns as coming out in 86.
Yeah. And Who Made Who was the name of this album. So that it might the Green Goblin truck shows up to this song. It's kind of the theme song for this for the truck, for the bad guy. And the beat apparently was supposed to mimic the chugging of a 4/4 beat. I don't know my music. But it was supposed to mimic the chugging of a diesel engine. So along with Chase the Ace and DT, it's one of the only 2 instrumental tracks AC/DC recorded for the Who Made Who album. What does DT stand for? While never officially confirmed, it's widely accepted by fans that critics that it stands for delirium tremens. It's withdrawal symptoms experienced by alcoholics.
Sounds good.
There you go. And it's supposed to be a dark joke considering the chaotic, drunken behavior of the machines in the movie. Whatever.
Watching Maximum Overdrive kind of gives me that withdrawal symptoms.
When recording the album, the band didn't just provide old songs that worked closely with Stephen King. Stephen King actually played, this is the part I thought was funny. Stephen King actually played air guitar for the band during the recording sessions to show them the kind of energy he wanted for the movie.
Oh, okay.
And I just was thinking, they're going to go, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, nobody looks at Stephen King and goes, we need to know what rock star energy looks like.
Especially AC/DC.
Have you seen Stephen King?
Oh, Stephen King.
I got that.
AC/DC.
Have we seen Stephen King? He's not oozing rock star energy. Sorry, folks.
Or Stephen King's given AC/DC tips on how
to look like a rock star.
How to rock.
Okay, that's enough, Steve.
One comment I found online said, seriously, this song makes me want to stand up and punch the air.
Oh, it's good.
It's really good. So.
Yeah, I knew that as soon as I heard it. So, all right. So now this is our second to last entry on our top 10. So I guess our 9th song, if you want to. This is probably my most popular song from a Billboard standpoint, but again, as a movie song, I think it gets left behind. So what we have here is we have a completely horrible movie, but we have an insanely awesome title song.
Have we covered this movie?
Ooh.
This is Kenny.
This is Kenny.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
All right, so this is Nobody's Fool by, you just said, Kenny Loggins.
Yeah,
this comes off the Caddyshack 2 soundtrack, which we would not cover. That's an insane situation. So from a chart standpoint, very popular. But again, from a movie standpoint, he gets left behind. And obviously, he gets overshadowed by his other songs that he does during the decade. But I got 2 hot takes for this song, Rob. These are spicy. You're going to like this. My first hot take is, this is Kenny's best 80s movie song. This is better than Footloose. This is better than Danger Zone, better than the Caddyshack song. In my opinion, this is the best of his movie songs of the 80s. It sounds great. The vibe is awesome. The guitars, everything in it is fantastic. Now, are the other ones more iconic? Yes, they are. Because Danger Zone and Footloose are attached to movies that are so memorable and so big from the 80s, and this is attached to Caddyshack 2. Had this been a better movie, had this song been attached to a movie that people look fondly back on the 80s, this is a top 5 song of all time. In fact, I would tell you, I would put it up here with Power of Love, Don't Forget About Me, any of those. I would put this song up next to those songs. That's my spicy take. This would be on the Mount Rushmore of 80s movie songs if it hadn't been attached to Caddyshack 2. So if you put it on an actual good movie, it rules the roost. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, because I haven't seen, man, I don't know if I've ever seen Caddyshack 2.
Oh, I have seen Caddyshack 2. It's
But I knew that
insane.
song, though.
Oh,
So
that
that's
song is
interesting.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And it gets me hyped. I love it. The whole video, he's like out on a golf course. It's at night. Just the guitars, everything perfect. And of course, you know, you can't, you know, where would you get not do a countdown with no Kenny?
Yeah.
But when you have to admit the big ones, where do you go? Well, you go to kind of the forgotten one off to the side, right? Because if you ask, hey, what are your favorite Kenny Loggins movie songs? Footloose, Danger Zone, Playing with the Boys, Meet Me Halfway, From Over the Top. I mean, so you're gonna list
good.
you're gonna list all those, but rarely does Nobody's Fool be the first one that people pop up with.
That's good.
So,
It's really good.
all right, that means you've got our last spot on the coveted top 10 today, Rob.
I don't know. Okay, we're doing this one.
Has to be from like a horror movie or something, right?
Oh, it's even worse.
What is this?
All right, so this is a song called Burn in Hell
Nice.
by a band called Twisted Sister.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like
Yeah.
Twisted.
1985, and it's from a movie called Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I don't remember this in the movie though.
Yeah, so the
Gotta
song
be-
appears
gotta be
during the
honest.
climactic studio chase scene at the end. He gets his bike back. He's dressed like the
Oh.
nun. He gets on his bike. He starts taking off through the, and after Pee-wee recovers his stolen bicycle, he leads studio security on a chase. He comes up on Twisted Sister, and they're filming a music video
Oh yeah.
on the set.
Yes, they are.
D. Snyder's on the hood of a car.
That's
Pee-wee's got a boat on wheels behind him with Santa Claus on skis and
That's true.
Godzilla. They crash into each other. Pee-wee rides off, does the vine across the thing,
Oh, yeah.
across the moat. And I just thought, everything about that smacks of 80s.
another perfect pull for what we're doing today of the lesser known, lesser
Yeah.
remembered. Because when you start describing it, I go, "Oh, that is Pee-wee. That is Pee-wee's." And this is off a movie that's beloved by people.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to get a lot of fans that go, "Oh, I like that song.
Yeah.
I remember that one."
So it's a red cat. They're on the hood of a red convertible, and D. Snyder's perched on. He's on his hands and knees, and he's looking into the camera, and then Pee-wee messes it all up. So, "Burn in Hell." It's the third track from their triple platinum 1984 album "Stay Hungry." It was also the same album that featured "We're Not Gonna Take It," also another 80s iconic. Paul Rubens specifically requested this song for the movie because he felt the scare factor and intensity contrasted. There was that contrast with the whimsical world of Pee-wee Herman, and it was just weird. D. Snyder and Paul Rubens, I guess, were actually friends in real life. They met at an MTV New Year's Eve party and discovered they were fans of each other. When Rubens was casting the movie, he said, I need D. Snyder. This was Tim Burton's first film. He reportedly loved the visual of the shock rock band being interrupted by something as absurd as Santa Claus and Godzilla, which fit the whole aesthetic of the movie. And I just put, seeing Twisted Sister filming a music video during a chaotic bike chase involving a boat on wheels, Santa Claus, Godzilla, and Pee-wee Herman.
No more 80s than you
It's
could get.
peak 80s surrealism, whatever you're going to call it. So I found one guy online. He said, the juxtaposition of Pee-wee and Twisted Sister was pure genius. Both remain true American icons. Whatever, if you throw that word around. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is one of my guilty pleasures to this day, and Twisted Sister and D. Snyder still put a smile on my face. I could spend an entire day eating guilty food and watching unlimited videos of both. I want to rock.
That is a long comment by that guy.
I love it.
So, how about spending a night partying with D. Snyder and Pee-wee Herman?
That's what I mean. Everything
That's
about that.
I would
was
like that.
I was like, you got Godzilla, you got Pee-wee Herman, you got a Cadillac, you got Warner
know the
Brothers, you got it's all there.
You know the best part of that movie, right? Paging Mr. Herman.
Mr. Herman.
Mr. Herman. So, all right, there it is. It's our essential top 10. So we avoided all the most popular 80s songs, particularly you. Dug into some deep into the soundtracks. So after we look at this whole list, what song did you like the most? That wasn't yours. And are these, as people listen to this, do they have the, because I get this sometimes when I hear something on TV or I hear something now, I got to take my phone out right now and add that to my Spotify or Apple playlist. Like, I don't want to forget it.
Yeah.
So I think some of these should be those, because I think these are some songs people are going to go, man, I haven't heard that in so long. So of our songs we both picked today, which one did I pick that you like the best? And I'll do that after you.
I liked your one from Rad.
Oh, John Farnham.
I did like that.
It's really good.
I looked at that one, but I didn't feel like I could speak to it because I don't remember that movie. I didn't see it. But when I heard it, I thought, man.
You don't have to see that movie, I think, to
really
understand what that is to an 80s movie. That montage feel of that song.
Yeah.
It's the most 80s track of movies songs that we put on today. That would be my guess. Yeah. So I think my favorite one would be from Cocktail. So I'm gonna have to go with that. It's my favorite song.
That's my wife's favorite picture.
So I absolutely love Cocktail.
It made her want to go watch the movie.
Oh,
she goes, I want to go watch the movie.
I watch that movie twice a year. I love it so much. So, all right. Well, Rob, we wanted to see what our fans came up with. And while we did our homework, Jason from Surely You Can't Be Serious, he reached out to me. He dug deep. He pulled a track from a 1985 movie called Secret Admirer. This is not a movie I had ever seen. It had C. Thomas Howell, Lori Loughlin, and Kelly Preston in it. Okay? I watched it last night on Pluto. And the best part about that movie is there's two best parts. This song that I'm about to play, and Kelly Preston shows off some 80s boobs. So after that, I don't recommend Secret Admirer to anybody. But honestly, the song is great. It's a perfect 80s sounding song. I'm so happy he sent it to me. I'd never heard it before, and I'm pumped up now. I added it to the playlist.
Oh. That's really good.
Oh. Wait for it.
I like that.
Oh, my goodness.
Who is that?
So this is called No Secrets by an artist named Van Stevenson. No idea who he is, but this song rocks. So thanks to Jason for sending this in. This is our fan pick of the week, if you will. We're going to add this to the playlist, too. I know it's outside our top 10. We'll make it an honorable mention. It's the fan pick. But I really like that. And for any of those you out there that had seen Secret Admirer and knew this song, congratulations, because you already got to listen to it. And if you're mad I bagged on Secret Admirer, it's really bad. But if you get through it, you will see Kelly Preston topless. And so that's almost worth the whole movie.
Hey.
Almost. So C. Thomas Howell is something to behold in that movie. But that thanks to Jason for that. What do you think of that song, Rob?
I really like that.
It oozes 80s too, right?
Well, and that's another we've talked about before. The talent in Hollywood is ridiculous, because that song by itself should probably be a hit.
How could that just not be a song?
Yeah, that should be a hit, and it's lost to obscurity.
Some of these today I thought about, like, what if they just got into the radio, release them?
What's his name? Van what?
Van Stevenson.
Van Stevenson should have gone somewhere.
I know. Well, and like the boys and girls are doing it. You tell me you don't put that on the radio, that's not a top 20 hit? People are listening to that song. It's too hyped. It's too cool.
Wasted talent.
So it's so awesome. I don't understand how that happens, but it did. So, all right, fans, it's your turn. We know you're going to have thoughts on this one. Hey, you know what? Actually, real quick, a movie I thought for sure you'd pull a song off of, because the soundtrack seems to go right up your alley. Guess what I'm going to?
Crossroads.
No. No, absolutely not.
I actually picked a song.
The Lost Boys. I thought for sure you'd pull something off of there, because it seems to check a lot of your boxes.
I didn't pick it because I haven't seen Lost Boys in probably, I don't know, forever. So I actually went to go watch it. I tried to watch it. You can't stream it anywhere right now. So
I actually looked at the Little Sister song.
Yes.
I looked at and then I looked at another one by the shirtless guy with the saxophone.
Yeah.
That song, Here I Go, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I didn't pick them both because they just seem too popular right now. Like everybody is listening to those songs. So I don't think they were as quite a deep a cut anymore. I think maybe a while ago they were, but I think from TikTok and stuff, they've become really popular. So that's why I kind of stayed away from them. Great songs though. So, well, did we nail it or did we forget something from your favorite movie? I'm sure people flood us with the songs that we didn't get and hit us with your deep cuts. You can connect with us on social media. Let us know your favorite track. More importantly, what's the one song we missed that belongs in our movie deep cut top 10? Give us your hidden gems or tell us any 80s or 90s topic you want us to tackle next week or in following weeks. We also have a voicemail set up if you'd like to reach out. We'd love to hear from the fans, and you'll be featured on an upcoming episode. Check our show notes for that number. And look, if today's tracks got you pumped up and nostalgic, and they should, you just make you feel like you're in an 80s cinema, and you want to hear them in full, we've got you covered. Check the show notes for our official 80s movie songs, top 10 playlists. They're on Spotify, Apple, and when Rob adds the link, Amazon Music.
That's right.
So go listen and imagine yourself in an epic montage basking in the awesomeness that was 80s cinema, Rob.
Basking. That's good.
Good one.
The Total 80s and 90s Recall team wants you to know that this podcast is the perfect complement to your listening experience and the perfect antidote to modern life. David and I would also like to connect with you if you've ever done any of the following. Number 1, held a boombox over your head while wearing a trench coat, only to realize that you are not John Cusack and now you have a trespassing charge pending. Number 2, felt the danger zone was calling your name only to find out that it was actually just your cholesterol levels. Or if you had the time of your life and actually attempted the lift with your significant other, resulting in a ruptured Achilles tendon, surgery, and 6 months in a boot. Tell us all about it by sending us an email at 80s90srecall@gmail.com and check out our show notes for untold ways to connect with the Totally 80s and 90s Recall team. And don't forget, let the Totally 80s and 90s Recall team help you appreciate the present by indulging in a healthy dose of the good old days.
And we know you love the 80s and 90s. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here with us today. So support the show with a 5-star rating and a review. Your feedback's just going to help other fans find us, and it gets our community growing and get stronger. And then everybody can go back to these deep cuts and enjoy these awesome old songs that maybe got forgotten at one point.
They have been forgotten.
I think some of them have been. So, and then maybe we'll get some feedback that some of them should be forgotten. So I would contest all my songs today, and I would say your songs too, minus the Queen song. It's a good song, but it sounds more 70s to me. But the rest of it, that all sounds like an 80s track. It sounds like 80s movies, like everything in there fits. Like my wife said, Feel the Heat. That sounds like a Stallone movie. It does. Yeah. The Dream Warriors, that sounds like Freddy Krueger. I mean, so they did such a great job in the 80s. And it just gives you, and that's why I think at the beginning we talked about the way the songs tie to the movies, they become one. And it gives you that, like when I got excited about Cocktail. Because as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh, I want to go watch Cocktail. Like I do. I immediately want to watch it. So you got any closing thoughts, right?
I did. So some learning today is I learned that David likes a good slap of nostalgia right between the eyes.
Boom. Hit it right there.
I love that. Yeah, I think we should turn that, it almost could be a slogan.
It should be a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Come
80s, 90s Recall, a slap of nostalgia right between the eyes.
I love it.
That's great.
So good. Vocabulary today is use the word oozes many times. Use it several times. So it's in reference to fluid.
Yes.
And it's a slowly trickle or seep out of something. It's a flow in a very gradual way. So there you go. That's the definition of ooze.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Appropriate. Apologies or corrections. So I believe it was last episode.
Yes.
We were corrected online.
Is this the Tito Jackson?
We discussed maybe Tito would call us.
Yes.
Or reach out to the show.
Correct.
We were corrected that Tito passed away.
He did in 2024.
Yeah, so
and
fairly recently.
I fully admitted that I did not remember that. I don't remember a lot of fanfare or media coverage on that. And I'm old now, so maybe a year and a half ago, just my brain says, nope, can't remember.
So we apologize to the Tito Jackson fans.
We do.
That if we offended.
And his remaining family. We'll also apologize to you.
The Tito Jackson estate.
That's correct.
Playlist, go watch the movie Secret Admirer.
Interesting, yes.
Yeah. And then listen to this playlist because we think it's really good.
Yeah.
And then the challenge is send us any movie songs we missed. So
I had a whole list of songs left that I didn't get in here.
I know we could do another one.
We are going to do another one because
I could even do another.
I've got songs from, there's some ones on here that I really think are awesome that weren't as good as these ones, but they're still great. I had from Kickboxer, Bloodsport. I had a plethora of. I had from a movie called Thrashin', which is a Josh Brolin skateboard movie. So we had I had a lot of other choices. So we can definitely do this again. If we get a good response, then folks, we'll build you another 10 of some obscure 80s movie songs that are super awesome.
My next list will be way more obscure.
And
I
we
had some
even
waiting.
and again, thanks to Jason, because I found a song that I didn't even find in our research.
Yeah.
And how I missed that movie in the 80s, I don't know. Didn't even know it
never heard
existed.
of it.
Nope.
Yeah.
So,
And C. Thomas Howell was my guy.
well, I'll just tell you again, Lori Loughlin,
No, he wasn't.
he was your guy. Yeah. You were always, you had that poster of him in your room for the
I know,
Outsiders.
I know, yeah.
That little twirly
Yeah,
thing
of
on
all,
his hair.
of all of the Outsiders,
He's your favorite?
He was my favorite.
Not Tom Cruise, not Patrick Swayze.
No.
I thought you were a Matt Dillon guy, actually.
No,
Okay.
no.
So-
C. Thomas Howell all day long.
all right. Well, 80s movies and music will always be a time machine for instant memories, and we hope you've enjoyed our deep dive into the tracks that deserved a second look. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of this week's episode, and we want to give a big shout out to you, our awesome listeners. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a longtime subscriber, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us this week. We hope we brought you an hour or so of laughs, great memories, and go hang out at a dead man's party. And don't forget to catch all new episodes of Totally 80s and 90s Recall every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. What do we do next Tuesday?
Next week, we are going to hang out with some ex-presidents. We're going to learn to surf and skydive, possibly. We're going to go back to 1991 and visit Keanu and Swayze in Point Break.
Johnny Utah.
Yeah, we got a Rose Bowl starting quarterback. We got everything you could need in this movie. But this is I'll give a little sneak preview. It's a great 90s action movie, early 90s, and I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. For those of you that look forward to that type of thing, the Movie Hound will be here, and we'll have a good time.
I like that. You have to preface it. For those of you that are into that,
If you're into the Hound,
that kind of thing, then you can come.
then you can show up. But he is going to be here. The warning has been given.
That's very good.
So, all right. Anything else?
I got nothing else.
Got nothing else.
No.
What do we say here usually, Rob?
You ask me if I have any fancy goodbyes.
And you always respond with
No fancy
no
goodbyes.
fancy goodbyes.
Mr. Farnham.
Farnham is awesome. I love the Farnham. I'm telling you, I want to go jump on my BMX bike.
I want to watch this movie.
It's on Amazon Prime.
You got to buy it?
You got to rent it.
Yeah. Too cheap.